Wholehearted. Welcome to Hang with Hang. Today, you are hanging with me in Temecula, San Diego, California. It's a beautiful day here. I'm here at the retreat center getting reset for myself and also do some inspired work while I'm here. Um, so, as I'm in the inspired work, I want to share with you a few keys that you can implement to stop the negative self-talk. Here's the thing, you are wholehearted. You know how to push, you know how to will, and chances are you know how to beat yourself up very well. So negative self-talk is one of the form of self-beating. And in that case, it's really good to learn how to stop that, right? So with that, here is key number one, my friend. And I'm saying this to you as I'm reminding myself, being here, reflecting on myself, is that to recognize that you are doing it, to recognize that you're doing it and it's not good for you, it's detrimental. So then from there you can make the decision to stop. So that's key number one, is to have that awareness. And how do you have this awareness? Is to really pause, take the time, catch a breather, watch when things doesn't work out, when you're in the situation, how you talking to yourself, to observe how you're talking to yourself and how's it affect the energy within you. And chances are when you say nice thing to yourself, you feel good, and when you say crappy thing to yourself, you feel bad. And in that bad feeling, it doesn't inspire you to do things. So how we feel really dictate how we show up in the world. So it's really important to really recognize that you're doing that and it's detrimental. So that's number one. And number two is that once you recognize that, to understand why the negative self-talk is there. And it's important to understand why, because that will take number three, which I'm going to talk briefly, is a lot of time, as humans, we have way to try to protect ourselves. There's, if you really look at every negative self-talk that you have, it serves a purpose and it has a benefit. It's very easy to look at it like, oh, I talk myself, I have a negative self-talk, I beat myself, so it's so bad. So you judge yourself for talking negative to yourself. But in reality, when you really look at it, every sentence that you say, whether I'm not enough, there is a positive benefit in that. We call it a SPS, a secondary benefit syndrome in psychology. So there's always that secondary benefit syndrome that you have within yourself in the subconscious that may not be in your awareness. So when you say that I'm stupid, right, from the surface level, it look like that's a bad thing that you're doing to yourself. You judge yourself, you shut that up. But if you can dig deeper, chances are you saying that in the protection of you protecting yourself by being judged by somebody else calling you stupid, or you saying yourself stupid, you get angry, so then you can drive yourself to perform better, even at the cost of your own well-being. So subconsciously, your system will try to help you out, best intentions. Doesn't matter, regardless of the outcome that's produced. And because of that, it's important to have compassion for yourself and to have compassion for that voice, which is to take the number three. Is once you understand the why, instead of judging yourself, instead of beating yourself up, instead of judging yourself for beating yourself up, you can take a step back and have compassion for yourself, that perhaps this part of you, this part of this voice is not in your awareness. So then you can give it a space for you to understand, to work with it. Because here's the thing, in any conflict, if you don't have an understanding, you can't solve that problem. And if you don't have that understanding within yourself, you can bring that piece together. And this is why you're gonna constantly feel that tug of war within yourself, that you're beating yourself up inside yourself, right? Do you feel that? Like there's part of you doing this, a part of you doing this, and they're constantly battling. So if you truly want to stop this, then set the intention to take a step back, creating space, have compassion for yourself, have compassion for that part of you who has that voice, whether it's a 3 years old version of yourself, a 6 years old version of yourself, a 20 years old version of yourself. Chances are something happened, and that your natural mechanism to protect yourself, trying to help you in the best intentions. And obviously that best intention, the outcome doesn't turn out the way you want. That's why you have the conflict with yourself. So have compassion for that. And then we'll take to key four, is once you have that compassion, then you can make the decisions to change that narrative, to change that talk. right? So here's two things that you can do. You know, Katie, Byron Katie, she has a great inquiry process um, that you can look into. There's a 4-step process, maybe more. I can't remember exactly, but the point is you have a original narrative, and then you ask yourself, you challenge your own narrative. Is it what I'm saying is true? Am I actually stupid? Right? Am I actually not enough? Am I actually not beautiful? You ask yourself that, and chances are there is a better truth. So there's a whole series inquiry process that she will take you through. Byron Katie, you can look up. And the other thing that you can do, you know, what I do for myself and with my clients a lot is EFT, emotional freedom technique. So you say, even though I feel like I'm stupid, I accept myself, or a form of acceptance. So by doing that, you bring some peace to your system. So whatever happened in your life that caused this wound, that force you, really, that force you to have this negative self-talk, to beat yourself up. Instead of judging it, instead of beating it up, instead of shutting that off, take a step back, try to understand why, have compassion in that, and then from there you can graciously work with yourself. You can graciously change the narrative, so then you can be nicer and kinder to yourself. Because here's the thing, my friend, you are enough, and you deserve that. You deserve to be nice to yourself, because that's the thing that you have in control. In life, you may not have a lot of control over what people around you do or saying to you, whether they be nice to you or not. You don't have control of that, but you do have 100% control of how you talk to yourself, how you treat yourself. And it's all come down to the decisions, come into awareness, the desire to understand yourself, and the desire to have compassion for yourself, and the decision to make that change. And I'm inviting you to do that for yourself. And as I'm here sharing this, I'm also reminding myself to be kind to myself, because one of the things that I usually say a lot to myself from this reset this weekend is that I'm not enough. No matter what I do, I'm not enough. And that's completely BS, right? So for me to be able to take a step back and sit and connect with that part of myself and be able to say that I'm enough. So I'm sharing that energy with you, remind you that you are enough. You are beautiful. You are perfect as is. And of course, being human, you can always do more. You can always take care of yourself to be healthier, to make more money, to be a better version of yourself. And at this moment, you are as is. So give yourself that grace, give yourself that love, and give yourself that acceptance. So that is my authentic moments here. I want to make this video to you, and I hope that's gonna be resonate to your heart, and that will do something for you. So if you like this video, please feel free to share to as many hearts as possible, so we can have a lot of people be nice to ourselves, to within ourselves. And if you haven't already, please feel free to subscribe to the channel, set in the notifications, and when the next video come out, we'll let you know at the next authentic moments. For now, I'm sending a lot of love and appreciation of you being in my world, and thank you for listening to the end. And a big hug from my heart to yours, and from Temecula, California to you. Until then, aloha.